Hi, this is Erica with Refine Your Way of Life, and I am back today with the second video of my kitchen renovation where I painted this accent wall in my kitchen. As I promised, I would be posting a series of videos where I am redoing my kitchen. If you haven't watched the previous video where I painted the kitchen cabinets, I strongly suggest that you go and watch it. And the third video will be about the kitchen countertops. Don't forget to subscribe to my page and also give me a thumbs up if you like the video, and leave a comment below letting me know what you think and what you would like to see more of in the future. So I painted all of the walls in the kitchen white except for this one wall, which I painted black because I knew I was going to paint some type of pattern on this wall. And so as you can see here, I do have a stencil. It's a very loose stencil that I created. I saw the design, I drew it on paper, and then I cut it out just for spacing and placement. So I'm going through with a very small brush and stenciling on the wall, and then I'm going to go back and actually paint over the stencil. People may have their different views about using a stencil, but in this case, I'm still saying that this is a hand-painted wall because I created the stencil. And as you can see, it's a very loose, very flimsy stencil, and it's just a guide for me because I'm not an artist, for spacing and the placement of everything. So this is the stencil that I created, and I'm going to say, don't judge me. It was very loose, and I knew ultimately that my final product was not going to look like this particular stencil. Also, I used the larger brush on the left for my final painting, and I use that smaller brush on the right for the stenciling because the openings in the stencil are very small. So here's a view of what the wall looked like before. Again, it was just a plain black wall. All of the other walls in the kitchen are white. As you can see here, I'm just going row by row with the stencil. This actually took quite a bit of time, but it was worth it for me because I wanted to make sure that everything was spaced correctly. Also, with each new row, I was not putting the patterns directly underneath each other. I was moving it over, I would say about an inch to the left on each row because I didn't want it to look perfect and for everything to just line up directly underneath each other. And so here I have the first row, and it's looking pretty good. I actually posted a picture of just the stenciling on social media, and a lot of people liked it. This is not how I intended for it to look. I just wanted to get the pattern up on the wall so then I could go back over it with the larger brush and actually paint it in. And so as you can see here, row by row, you see how I'm spacing and moving it over with each row, and then I went back later and I filled in the edges. So it's been 2 days since I worked on the wall, and I would like to finish it today. I never intended for it to be so choppy and boxy like it is now. This is actually the design that I wanted on the wall. This is not my design. I saw this on Instagram on Carmion Hamilton's page. and I wanted to try it for myself, so I need to go in and kind of connect everything. I used a stencil initially because it is kind of a complex design. I'm not an artist, so I'm gonna try it out and see how this will work. So let's see. Okay, I guess I'm gonna try this one. That's like, so this should be, oh, I'm nervous. Okay. Oh, I messed it up. One down. Boom, boom, boom. What happened? So I've already done something wrong. It did record. Are you kidding me? So it's been a couple days since I initially painted this wall thing. So I've done a few, and as you can see, they look a little bit different because I made some mistakes. But I am going to try to complete this one on camera, and then I'll probably do the rest off camera because I'm definitely gonna have to go back with the black paint and correct some of my mistakes. And I'm learning a lot about painting and how much paint I should probably have on my brush. That was probably too much. So, and I'm probably not even holding the brush correctly, but just going through, connecting everything, smoothing it out to make it look more like the design, and not doing the best job on this one. So I really don't want like a real boxy look. So I'm trying to round out those edges. So that's basically it. Just kind of smoothing. They're not all going to be identical. I don't want them to all be identical. Yeah, I messed this one up big time, but oh well. So that's one. There are many more to go. I don't know if I'm gonna finish today, but I will try. So now it is a completely different day. I did not finish on that day. It actually took me several days, which I could have done it all in one day, but I was home on quarantine, and so I had plenty of time to kind of just work on it as I felt like working on it. And I'm wearing the same clothes because these are my painting clothes. So every time I'm painting any type of project in the house, I will put this same outfit back on. But I'm just going through, and I've gotten a little bit better at painting these at this point. And the key thing is that I'm not trying to make this perfect. Some of them are a little bit darker or more filled in than others. Some of them are slightly different. I just kind of wanted to go through with the brush freehand and just get it done. I did have to take the black paint and go back over some spaces where I made mistakes, which is fine. At this point, I kind of wish that I had counted to see exactly how many of these I actually painted, because there were a lot of them. But this was a fun project. I enjoyed doing it, and I was very pleased with how everything turned out. I think the most difficult part was getting the edges like up against the walls and then around this doorway. I wanted to stay consistent with the pattern, but I wouldn't have a full figure. So I kind of had to play around a little bit with the stencil when it came to painting the parts around the door and on the edges. So this is how it turned out. I'm so happy with it, and it definitely brings a little pop into my kitchen. Now my only focus is finding what to put on this wall. I have tried several different things. I've returned a lot of things, just not able to find something that works. I was thinking I would go with a mirror, but I was not able to find a mirror that I really liked. So if you'll leave a comment for me and let me know maybe what would you like to see on this wall, because right now there's nothing on the wall. Thank you again for tuning in to the video. And again, if you'll subscribe to my page, that would be greatly appreciated. I do have more videos to come. And give me a thumbs up letting me know that you like what you saw.